everybody. Today I will be giving you guys some Bloxburg tips. So yeah, be sure to subscribe and like this video for more tips and tricks for any Roblox games. Anyways, let's get into it. To start off, in Bloxburg, don't buy all the game passes. You might think it's cool to own all of them, but really, you're actually wasting a lot of your Robux on these game passes that you think you'll use, but probably not. Like, there's some game passes, like the radio game pass, that a lot of people buy. It's very expensive. It's over 100 Robux. And it's not worth it. Like, I don't think it's that worth it. So that's one, for example, you should not buy. It might be cool to own a lot, but in reality, you're actually wasting a lot of Robux that you could be spending on like other games, on your avatar, and like way more than you should just on Bloxburg for game passes. Next tip is don't make your house too big. Making your house too big will make it seem more empty. And if it's more empty, then it won't be, how should I put this, not as nice. Like, it will be too big to handle, and it won't be filled with decor, because if it's too much decor, if it's too open spaced, then it'll be really hard to fit a lot of decor, because you'll feel like you need to put more decor because of how big it is. Just if you have the money for it, that's how I feel. Next tip I have is that don't make your house square. If you might want it big, but having a really square house is not the key. Having a really square house means that most of the time you're a noob or you're doing a challenge. Not trying to be offensive, but square houses are not the best kind of houses because there's no corners for you to be able to be building in the corners and to make it more perfectionist, So that's why don't make your house square or rectangular. That is just my reasons and why. And if your house is too big, your bills will be really expensive. Sometimes it could be up to the thousands. That's how expensive houses can get. So don't think about making a mansion until you know you have the money for it. Because I tried to make a mansion at $30,000. It was not going well. Unless you're willing to actually wait time to time. But I am impatient when it comes to games. So, but if you can wait, then you can wait. Then that's great. But if you are not as patient, then you might want to save up a few dollars before you actually start. Because there's a lot of things that are really expensive. Yeah, you don't want to spend too much money. And also, if you are patient in building, then I do recommend, if you have the money at one time and are willing to wait for that time to happen, which I probably can't, but if you can, then instead of using the delete button, instead use the redo button, the undo button. The undo button will help save all the money, because if you buy something very expensive, like let's say, for example, a car. If you buy a car, and you don't want it anymore, and you're still in build mode, use the undo button. Undo button will help you save all the money that you spent on that. But if you use the delete button, it won't give you the full amount back. So using that button will also save you money and will not have you not, it will, how should I say this? It will save you a lot of money that you could be spending on other things in your house. Yeah, that's just what I think. No, another tip I recommend, another tip for Bloxburg is I have a friend that uses very expensive items when you're broke. Do not use expensive items while not having as much money. No, because when you don't have that much money and you try to build, if you're impatient, like me, then you will not be able to finish because you're using too much money when broke or not having as much money with the item that you're using. So that's why I recommend using cheaper items, and then when getting more money, then I recommend upgrading them into better items instead of using the cheap ones anymore. I also tip, or do not beg for money. Begging for money just makes you look like you're not trying. So actually work or spend Robux for it. Do not be a beggar or a donator. And don't hack. Don't say, I'm going to give it to my friend because they felt bad. Don't fall for those, because most of the time they're actually trying to steal the money. And don't become that kind of person either, because doing that makes you look bad for stealing. It's basically stealing, just in a game form. And please, in Bloxburg, do not be mean. Don't say, I don't like your build, blah, 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 for your own reason. Just keep your opinions to yourself unless they're actually asking for your honest one. Anyways, that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you think of these tips and actually use them. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and bye!